A 6-year-old child only glanced at a human organ model, then drew it perfectly on the wall. Even senior professors felt humbled by his ability. But this medical prodigy was almost overlooked. Until that day, he happened to witness a signboard falling onto a boy. A passing doctor rushed to help, but David noticed the doctor's incorrect procedure, which could endanger the boy's life. David stepped forward and gently adjusted the doctor's hand position. The boy immediately resumed breathing, but the crisis wasn't over. David quickly determined that the boy's chest was pierced by fragments. Just by visual observation, he visualized the lung damage in his mind, and rapidly thought of a temporary treatment method. He ran to borrow a knife from security, but was treated as a troublemaker. Unable to explain clearly, David grabbed a utility knife and quickly left, triggering the security emergency protocol. He was tackled to the ground after a few steps. Fortunately, the boy's mother came to explain. The situation was urgent. He began the rescue with the limited tools available, skillfully created a one-way valve, and performed emergency surgery with the utility knife. His operation attracted onlookers who recorded it. After the drainage tube was inserted into the chest cavity, the boy finally regained normal breathing. This helped sustain him until he reached the hospital. While people were applauding David's performance, the hospital where he was heading for an interview was arguing about whether to hire him, despite the old professor's strong recommendation, who explained that although David had autism, he belonged to the 10% probability of savant syndrome patients, also known as an idiot savant. The shareholders almost unanimously opposed his employment. At this time, the injured boy was sent to this hospital. David suddenly noticed the boy's irregular heartbeat, but the monitors showed no problems. Medical staff relied completely on instrument data and ignored his warning. After arriving at the hospital, David repeatedly suggested a cardiac ultrasound, but the female doctor, seeing normal readings, had security stop him from interfering. David tried to enter to assist, but was forcibly removed by security, and warned not to meddle. When David felt helpless, he found motivation from his toy scalpel. Just then, a group of reporters rushed into the hospital. David managed to slip in with them. Rescue work was underway in the operating room. Dr. Mark discovered the one-way valve, amazed that its maker could, without instruments, accurately diagnose and decisively respond. He wanted to know who made the one-way valve. At that moment, David burst into the operating room despite resistance. Mark immediately ordered him removed, but David insisted on recommending a cardiac ultrasound. Meanwhile, reporters were preparing to interview David about the rescue, mistaking him for a hospital doctor. The rescue video was trending online. When the hospital chairman learned of this, he saw it as an opportunity to enhance the hospital's reputation, so he convened the board to reconsider hiring David. Meanwhile, complications arose during surgery. Mark finally remembered David's warning, curious about this persistent young man's identity. While the board's debate continued, only the old professor stood firm against opposition, promising to resign if David made mistakes, offering himself as guarantee. The professor's guarantee dispelled the opposition. Meanwhile, the surgery was completed successfully. When Mark asked the boy's parents about the rescuer's identity, the woman pointed to David, who was quietly leaving.